Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Chad bringing y'all another video, man. And in this video, I just want to talk about preparing you guys for the dark and long winter we have ahead of us this year. So as you know, right now in the world, there is a lot of stuff going on. You feel me? We just got through with, mandates, nurses and stuff being fired. Then you have people who are like anomalies within this world going against the system, like Kyrie, who's standing up for the average person. Also realizing that this is greater than basketball. His purpose here on earth is not just to just dribble a ball and shut up. Like, he's actually taking a stand for everyone who doesn't have a voice, everyone who's not heard. We also have, where the narratives and agendas that were being pushed are starting to fall apart. You have people like Joe Rogan questioning CNN's leading medical experts, Sanjay, telling them like, CNN lied about the ivermectin thing. And he basically got them to basically admit that, yeah, they shouldn't have lied to the people. But you know how CNN and the rest of these media networks do. When they push the narrative and the agenda and they're wrong, they can't admit, you know what, we were wrong. So they had Sanjay on CNN, and him and Don Lemon, they sat up there and went back against what they just said, that they were wrong, and still wanted to act like they were the arbiters of truth. You even have like CNN and different other media outlets saying don't think critically, don't challenge, the medical experts, don't challenge anybody. We're now seeing that there are lots of food shortages, whether that's just from everyday groceries, to also meat shortages. And I made a video, like I said, probably like 3 months ago at this point, of me just going in the store and buying different items and materials. And I kind of have some like stock saved up. I'm not gonna cap. I tried to tell people, other people tried to warn others, but you can only warn people so much before things start happening and it's too late. You feel me? So that's kind of one of the other reasons why I'm doing this. I'm trying to get this stuff out ahead of time so that way it's not too late, because I want all my people, all God's people, all the people who are in the know, all the aware people, just so we can all be prepared together. You feel me? Because if we can each help each other out, things would just be better. Ecclesiastes 4 verses 9 through 12. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can you keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. So basically, I'm here to help you all. I hope you all, as believers, or if you're not a believer, if you're aware of what's going on in this world, I hope that you're helping out your fellow people as well. Because like it says, 2 is better than 1. If one falls, the other can help bring the other up. And we're all in this together. The fight is not against flesh and blood. You feel me? The fight is against the principalities, the rulers of darkness, the elites, the people trying to control everybody, the people behind the scenes trying to push this one narrative, these agendas. That's who we're fighting against. And they're using this divide and conquer kind of tactic to try to, make everybody divided in division so no one stands together. But as the God's chosen people, as the believers, as the aware, we got to be the ones to stick together. You feel me? Because if we don't have each other, who's going to have us? I know the world doesn't have any love for what we have going on, because the world's going one way, whereas we're going the other. So we got to make sure that we, just stick together and be prepared. You feel me? If you haven't stocked up on food or gone, to try to prepare for the food shortage, because like I said, this is going to be a dark and long winter. Even Biden himself said, this is going to be a dark winter. And he was being very literal. Like, I don't know if he meant what he said, but I kind of read deeper than what people say. And that was kind of like one of those, I need to pay attention to what he's saying kind of moments, because I know there's something going on behind the scenes that subconsciously he's letting us know it's going to be a dark winter. So that's why I'm just, letting you guys know, if you haven't stocked up on food, I just recommend, going to the store to stock up, because even with the prices going up, you feel me? I've been seeing that lately the shelves of grocery stores, whether it's with meats, whether it's with bread, all just different types of products, those type of essentials like rice, beans, meats, grains, those sort of things are starting to get pretty low on stock on the shelves. And this right here, if you are thinking, maybe there's gonna be a food shortage, should I go to the grocery store to go stock up? This is your sign, me telling you now. Go stock up before things get worse and there is nothing for you to stock up on. It's better to be prepared and nothing happen than something happen and you need something. You feel me? I've also seen where the supply chain is just in such a crisis. You feel me? You have all the ships and the containers just out in the water, out in the ocean. There are no supplies coming in. As you all see, like right here, I collect these little pops. They come like real rare. I'm like a real collector type of person. Like I collect art. I collect, paintings from different artists, just different things like that. And so I just collect little things that over time gain value, you feel me? So like, even like this little Kill Bill pop that I have right here, of the bride. When I bought her, she was $8. She's now worth $120. So it's like, if I ever was in a bind and I needed to sell something to people who just buy collectibles, then, I could sell it. But besides that, I've pre-ordered some of these, and the pops were supposed to come in like November, December, but they have been heavily delayed to like 2022 February, 2022 March. And so if you're ordering stuff offline, or you see that, the supply chain is having this crisis, you got to think, if they're not unloading the ship containers to be able to put out this supply and put out this stock, that is going to cause even more of shortages in stores, whether that's food, whether that's different, appliances, products, just anything. That's just going to just create more of a shortage. And so you just want to be prepared ahead of time. You feel me? It's also, just very apparent to me, like during this time, I've kind of taken a step back from not necessarily not caring about COVID and what's going on, but it's gotten to the point where I can't say any more about COVID and the different, mandates, restrictions, the kind of authoritarian, tyrannical type moves they're making out here, that the world is just seeming to condone, versus the aware and the people in the know, the believers, are constantly warning people that, broad leads to destruction and narrow leads to eternal life. We got to stay on this narrow path. We cannot allow them to do this. I've kind of stopped talking about that, or stopped caring, because like I said, it's kind of to the point where if you haven't seen it, if you haven't realized what's going on since 2020 to the start of 2021, and even from 2021 to today, October 19th, how quickly this stuff has escalated within this 1 year. And like I said, Biden's the new president. He said everything would be different. Everything's gotten a lot worse. And this has happened within 1 year. We still have 3 more years of Biden. And this stuff has been escalating at this speed. And it's like, if you haven't realized what's going on now, I'm sorry, but I don't know if you ever will. And I don't want to spend too much time dwindling on people who will never try to humble themselves, and just humble themselves before God and try to get the truth. You feel me? Some people would rather just be in their own delusion. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not my cup of tea. You feel me? If you want to be delusional, you can go over with the world and be delusional. If you want to be aware, even if it may be hard, even if the path is not one that it's not going to be easy, you feel me? When you're an aware individual, you see things for what they truly are. You see the agendas, you see the narratives, you see that people are pushing these things and they may not know what's going on. And it's, quite frankly, it's not one of those things that is kind of hard to like basically, swallow what's going on. Like, it's just a hard pill to swallow that this is just the road that it's just going to be harder for you to actually follow. But in the end, it's worth way more for you to follow that path. And another way of like me saying that, is Ecclesiastes 18. For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief. And that basically to me is like, the more aware I am, the more, like I said, I see things for what they are. So it kind of like makes me sad in a sense that it's hard for others not to see what we all are talking about when they haven't humbled themselves or done the work themselves to be able to see what this truly is. And it kind of just like, dang, like, I feel bad for the people because they're following these narratives. They're listening to the media, the false prophet. I call the media a false prophet. You feel me? Because they're spewing lies and misinformation and disinformation, even when they know the truth. And even when they're shown that they're spreading lies, they still don't correct themselves and spread the truth. They'd rather just continue in their own delusion. And so it just saddens me to see, like, it just brings me grief. Like, I got the knowledge, but to see that others don't have that wisdom, it just makes me sad. Like, they're just willingly accepting this stuff because they just simply don't know. And they would know, you feel me, if they just took the time to try to know. But like it said, there are plenty of labor. There's the harvest is plenty, but there are few laborers. You feel me? And Ecclesiastes 7:12, wisdom is a shelter as money is a shelter, but the advantage of knowledge is this: wisdom preserves those who have it. So the reason I'm trying to tell you guys this is like, I'm just trying to give you guys just an inkling of wisdom. You feel me? I, pray a lot. I try to read my Bible, and I can hear God like whispering little things to me, and he also confirms it with other believers and other people of God or other just aware people in general, because God can use anybody, you know what I mean, saved or not. And so I don't just say, oh, you don't believe in God, okay, I'm not gonna listen to anything you say. There's certain bits and tidbits, I take, and then there's some stuff that I leave, you feel me? But it shows here wisdom preserves those who have it. So like, just as a little wisdom, I'm just letting you guys know, now is the time, like I said, to prepare for those food shortages. If you haven't gotten your food, this is your time to go get your food. You feel me? Stock up on water because, you can live without a little bit of food, but water, you need you some water. You feel me? And if the water supply starts going low, what are you going to do? You're going to need that. You feel me? And you can't just survive off juice and soda. Those aren't good for you. You feel me? We want to survive the healthy way. You feel me? So, it's just a little bit of wisdom there. If you're thinking about Christmas shopping, if you celebrate Christmas, if you don't, that's not up to me to decide. But you want to probably start ordering those gifts now, because with the supply chain crisis, with the shortages, it's going to be a sad Christmas for some, you feel me? And also, we just got to put on the full armor of God this winter, because as the world and all this chaos is ensuing, you got to believe that they're going to be pushing the narratives, agendas, and even more stuff is going to be coming down the pipeline that's going to be even more wicked, even more evil, you feel me? And it's good for us to be prepared now, so that way we can be preserved and know, okay, we're properly prepared now, so in November, December, nothing's going to affect us all that much. It may affect us where we know this is affecting us, but we were prepared for it ahead of time, you feel me? Also, Ecclesiastes 2:13-14, I saw that wisdom is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. The wise have eyes in their heads while the fools walk in the darkness. But I came to realize that the same fate overtakes them both. Now, as far as it goes for the same fate that overtakes them both, what he was really talking about here was that both the fool and the wise die. You feel me? We're all, at the end of the day, we're all going to go to the same place. Well, I don't know about the same place, but we're all going to go into the dirt where we're from. You feel me? Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. We're going straight back down to the ground. You feel me? Because we both will die. Whether we're wise, whether we're knowledgeable, whether we're dumb, whether we're smart, everybody dies at the end of the day. But wisdom is better than folly. It's better for you to have wisdom just to go out here being foolish and doing each and everything without actually heeding, warnings, without actually listening to people try to give you, you need to stock up, go ahead and do this, go ahead and get you some water, go ahead and make sure that you're studying, getting right in the word so you won't be deceived out here. You feel me? That wisdom, is better than folly, just as light is better than darkness. The wise have eyes in their heads, meaning we have our spiritual eyes where we can see things spiritually, and we also have our eyes where we can see things in the natural, but know spiritually this is really what's behind it. You feel me? While the fools walk in darkness. Whether we all die at the end of the day, it is better that we walk in the light and see with our eyes spiritually and in the naturally, rather than just being foolish in our folly and walking in that darkness. You feel me? Because if you're going to walk in darkness and just be susceptible to any, seducing spirits, any false prophets, you're just going to be going either which way. You feel me? It's not really going to make any difference. You're going to fall for anything and stand for nothing. But at least if you're wise, you can heed these warnings. You can pay attention. You can be that light. You feel me? You can see what's going on. You can be aware of what's going on. And so, yeah, man, I just want to bring y'all this video because like I said, I just want everybody to be prepared. I don't want anybody to be caught off guard with anything that happens out here in this world. You feel me? Because it already is a lot of things is a lot of things that are going on out here that are catching a lot of people off guard. I see a lot of people, like a lot of us people who are speaking this truth, we're getting a lot of censorship on our stuff. A lot of people are getting canceled. They're getting banned. They're getting suspended for weeks. Like I got suspended for a week. I know some other people who've been suspended. Their YouTube videos are getting taken down because as the world gets more chaotic, as the lies and the misconceptions, the misinformation is being pushed forward, God is still in control and he's still pushing forward the truth. The truth is going to always come out. You feel me? The truth is going to always expose the lies. While a lie is already gone around the world, the truth is still putting on his shoes. But one thing about the truth, his shoes are still going to be put on and he's still going to take his time going out to the world. You just have to be open to receive it. And that's why it's good not to fall for everything you hear. You got to be wise. You have to discern everything. That's why I made a video recently about, discernment, because it's very, 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 very key that you discern everybody. Someone can be out here claiming that they're a believer in God and they're doing all this work, but then really they're not. While others can claim that they believe in God and they're doing all this work and they're truly, working for God. There are workers of iniquity and there are workers for God. You feel me? But yeah, man, leave, any comments down below if you all have any. I, just glad I got to make this video. I got most of these verses from Ecclesiastes, which is Ecclesiastics or Ecclesiastes. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but Ecclesiastes is it is my favorite book in the Bible. I don't know why I love it so much. I think because the teacher has like this whole look like everything is meaningless, but he also gives good lessons and good stuff within it. It honestly just reminds me of me, because I used to be like him at one point, but I found, the peace and the joy. And like he says in Ecclesiastics, let me actually get that verse for you. So 9 through 14. Ecclesiastes 3, 9 through 14. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing taken from it. God does it so people will fear him. So, yeah, like, God really has just made, our satisfaction in our toil, or basically our work that we're doing. You feel me? I could go out here and do everything underneath the sun, but I'd rather just give you guys this common knowledge, this wisdom, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm helping out my brothers and sisters. This is my toil, basically. And that's the gift of God, giving me that satisfaction and that just happiness through this toil, this work that I'm doing, here on YouTube. But anyways, man, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, like I said, you could just leave them down below. And as always, man, you know, all glory to God for bringing you guys to watching my channel. But it's been your boy Chad, and I'm out. Peace.